Welcome back to the whirlwind world of the 5-Minute Social Worker, where we take the chaos of our profession and turn it into actionable advice dappled with humour. This is episode 2, and I'm Matt, your host, attempting to navigate the tightrope of time management without falling into the abyss of overdue reports and missed coffee breaks, because let's face it, managing time in our job is like trying to hold water in a sieve. Time management in social work isn't so much a skill as a form of high art, like trying to paint the Mona Lisa while riding a unicycle. You start each day with a plan so optimistic it could be a contestant on Britain's Got Talent. Today you say, I will conquer my to-do list. By lunchtime, you're contemplating whether it's socially acceptable to cry over a stack of case files. Let's face it, managing your time as a social worker is like trying to fold a fitted sheet in a windstorm. You start with the best intentions, but suddenly it's 5 p.m. and you've somehow acquired a new caseload, attended 3 meetings you weren't invited to. Wow, how do we get around this? Let's not forget about the infamous team meetings as well. Ah yes, the meetings that could have been emails, but then we'd miss out on the joy of real-time, face-to-face confusion. There you are, armed with nothing but a pen and the fading hope that maybe, just maybe, this meeting will end early. Spoiler, it doesn't. If anything, it multiplies like a gremlin that got wet, sprouting new tasks and responsibilities you swear weren't on your radar 5 minutes ago. So, how do we dance the time management tango without stepping on our own feet? First tip, prioritise. Like you're choosing your last meal or your sanity depends on it. Because let's be honest, it does. Not everything can be steak and chips. Sometimes you've got to settle for the soup. Quick, nourishing and surprisingly effective. Second, delegation. Delegation is akin to trusting someone else with the last piece of your favourite cake. It requires faith, trust, and a dash of hope that it won't end up splattered on the floor. It's not diminishing your load, but recognising that teamwork in social work isn't just a catchy rhyme, it's the lifeline that keeps the ship afloat. It's less about passing the buck and more about sharing the love, or as we call it in the trade, spreading the misery. It's the joy of discovering that your meticulously outlined instructions are as clear as a politician's promises. Will it be done right? It's as likely as finding a straightforward answer on question time. Tip 3. Learn the art of saying no. It's a magical word, one that can open up realms of free time you never knew existed. Can you take on this extra case? No. Suddenly, you're not just a social worker, you're a time wizard, conjuring up moments of peace in a spellbinding display of boundary setting. Lastly, embrace the chaos. Social work is less like conducting an orchestra and more like trying to herd cats. But there's beauty in the madness, laughter in the lunacy, and if you're lucky, a moment or two to sip that coffee before it goes cold. So, fellow time travellers in the world of social work, let's just not manage our time. Let's savour it, laugh at it, and maybe, just maybe, get a bit of work done along the way. After all, in this profession, the best laid plans are simply the opening act for the unexpected adventures that await us. See you next week, take care, and manage that time wisely.